Hello and welcome to my drum DVD demo. My name is Isaac Dumont, and I first just want to thank whoever's viewing this. Thank you very much for your time and your attention and to watching what I can offer here today. I wanted just in this portion of the DVD, I wanted to just go over, I've got I've got a double bass drum workshop package that I usually hand out in a clinic or a drum master class for those that are interested. And I know today clinics is more, seems to me like it gravitated more towards, you know, chops and showing off and how fast this guy can do this, or look at what he can do, which is great. Like, I find the inspirational and motivational aspects are there. But today what I would want to do, what I would offer in a clinic is that kind of motivation and inspiration, but also I want people to leave with a new concept or a new, you know, it's great to motivate and inspire. That's my number one reason why I want to, that's why I love teaching, and I love inspiring people to play and showing them different possibilities on it and to explore different faculties on the drums. But I also want them to leave with some sort of knowledge, and that's why I've got it's a technique that came to me when I saw Thomas Lang. And Thomas Lang, it's when he was using either heel up or heel down. I made a hybrid of that technique into double strokes. So it's not a heel toe thing. And before I used to slide. But the thing with the slide to me is it sounds too much like doubles, which is a great effect if that's what you want, but it sounds more like this, using the slide, which is sliding your foot on the pedal, starting low and sliding, a sliding motion. That sounds like this. Which is, it's a little bit, I mean, I haven't really worked it that much to get it nice and consistent, but me, it's more, my technique, it sounds more like this. More kind of like singles, which is what I was aiming for. Okay, I'll stop talking here, but just to show, I wanted to show step by step how I got to these doubles. I mean, it doesn't take 10 years to figure this stuff out. It just takes you know, a little control and wanting to not go too fast, and to break up the pattern is one important aspect I find. Because a lot of my students, they just want to take their doubles once they've got them down. All they want to do is pretty much this. Which is great. It's great to some extent too, but I find that kind of stuff gets bland after a while. So I was able to come up with various patterns, and these patterns using the technique, which for the purpose of this video I won't really go into depth too much because it goes on seating height, different seat positions, and the positions on the pedal and the drive shafts, and special adjustments, stuff like that, that are not really necessary, but that have helped me in gaining more control over my doubles. But anyway, so I want to start, and I'll just go through it. You guys have this sheet, I think, in the package. I put it in. I just wanted to go over some of these patterns, how I'd go about doing it. So we'll start. So I've got the 16th notes here, warm-ups. Number 1 through 5, I think, are the most important for developing doubles. But first, I would start just doing 16th notes, and then whenever you see a slash, you put a double in. So it's just, you're going. And this, compared to singles, is a lot easier, because doing singles, you'd have to switch your sticking all the time. But this way, you're always keeping singles, as if you're doing singles, and then when you see a slash, you just double it up, and your legs are still doing this, and there's no switching of left going first, although you should practice these starting on the left. So anyway, I'll start. So number 1 sounds like this. To get the right foot going. Then what I would do is do number 2, get the left foot going. Start these slow, but for the purpose of going quick, I'm just going to do them up to speed, or a little slower than up to speed. But so number 2. more consistency, I'd go to number 3, and with the right. Number 4, same thing on the left. Then the hardest part that I find a lot of people always have trouble is putting them together. So number 5 is a good way to do that, which is just a 5-stroke roll for the first 2 16th notes. So, I'll just go through, I'll skip a few and I'll go do some more interesting ones. So number 6 is pretty cool. It's kind of like a shuffle thing on the bass drum, but the 2 16ths, the 2nd and 3rd 16ths are rolled, so it's got the accents going with the doubles. So. So there's that. And then you start to add more notes, like say number 9. And then you can add 3s. It's a different, I mean, there's endless possibilities. You can do a 3/4 rolling every 3rd 16th note, so that sounds like this. And also I wanted to explain too, for me there are 2 ways to see doubles, or yeah, as doubles as hands. Like I'm trying to do, what I try to do with my hands, I try to do with the feet. So paradiddles and flams and Swiss Army triplets, which we'll get into later. But what I wanted to say is I've got 2 ways of thinking about this, which is one, you're just doing the 16th notes as singles, and you're rolling kind of like where you want it accented. So like same with that 3/4, I roll on each 16th or 3rd 16th. Well, now you can do the opposite and roll everything and accent every 3rd 16th with a single. So that sounds like that. So those are 2 ways that I see doing doubles, and I'll get into that in a couple minutes here. Just do another few interesting ones here. You can do combinations. If you turn the page, you've got combinations of the pattern 19, which goes like this. And now the same can be achieved with triplets. I find these a little bit more difficult, but just because there's 3s, and you'll have on beat 2 and 4, the left will be accenting the 2 and 4. So you go through the same process, except I'll just do one here quickly. One that I like is number 31. You're accenting when you're rolling. If you look at it, you're accenting, or you're rolling the half note triplet of the bar offset by 1 triplet. So that sounds like this. Number 3. That's another way. And then I just flip the page again. There's a lot of, I mean, you guys can imagine how the rest goes. Until you get to 42, where slowly and gradually you've built up your legs enough to go. So that's the warm-ups, because I find students learn more effectively doing these easier patterns and not trying to roll really fast, but getting these down slowly. Getting those down slowly and effectively. Now that, it doesn't end there. That's what I just wanted to say. It doesn't end there. I mean, you can start doing, for me when I warm up, I usually like to warm up with the snare solo called 3 camps, which goes a little bit like this.